It was hard to hear, her voice, and the story I'm sure that's coming out is going to be hard to hear.
A gymnastics coach suspected of being a child predator. That is the allegations being made by women in Michigan tonight about a man who lives in Southwest Florida.
Charlotte County deputies just arrested Shannon Guay in Punta Gorda. They brought the 49-year-old out of his house in a robe. NBC2 Samantha Serban is live and local from the Charlotte County Jail, where he is being held for extradition.
Peter, I spoke with the woman who now owns the gym that Guay worked at more than a decade ago. She is just heartbroken to hear what happened there before she owned it. For at least 5 women, the trauma is still fresh, as they say their former gymnastics coach is now being held here in the Charlotte County Jail, but will soon be heading to Michigan to face more than a dozen charges. In his bathrobe and bare feet, Shannon Guay leaves his Punta Gorda home in handcuffs. This is the scene on Sturgeon Place Thursday morning as Charlotte County deputies worked with Kent County, Michigan to place a potential child predator in jail.
And in law enforcement, we work to get people justice. We work to make sure that their story's told.
After a news conference in Michigan this morning, Kent County Sheriff Michelle LaHoy Young explained to me how they were tipped off to these crimes that date back to the mid-2000s.
Some of the victims involved in this case actually reached out to the business where they knew the suspect from.
At the time, the business was Ariel's and Brainy's Gymnastics. Now, it's Newton Aerial Academy with completely new management. I spoke with co-owner Ann Williamson.
I guess they followed up really seriously and, found 5 counts and a couple kids, or they're probably adult women now.
And we were able to develop probable cause that this individual had been involved in criminal sexual conduct with 5 young women between the ages of 4 and 14 at the time of the event.
At the same time this happened, controversy swirled in Kent County because the co-owner of the gym was a registered sex offender. Again, this was back in 2006 to 2008, something Williamson finds unfathomable.
Well, and I'm a parent, and so it's so awful. It's unmanageable.
Guay is facing 13 counts of criminal sexual misconduct. The sheriff's office is working to find out if there are any more victims.
I think it's prudent for us to make sure there aren't other victims, and if there are other victims, do everything we can to get justice for them as well.
If you or anyone you love are a survivor of sexual trauma, there are resources available for you to get help. Here in Charlotte County, we have the CARE organization. I've got their contact information for you listed on our website attached to this story. I'm local today in Charlotte County. Samantha Serban, NBC2.
Let's go back to that break.